Hey guys, Justice Egan here. Really pumped to cut a video for you today. I'm super fired up this morning. I got to tell you something. If you have ever, if you've been stuck, if you don't have the results you want, if you're looking to achieve new rank or higher levels of success in your business, I highly encourage you to watch this whole video, even though it might, or it will make a good deal of you a bit uncomfortable, okay? Because I'm going to be super real with you here today. Kind of my nature, any which way you slice it. I was joking on Facebook today. I made a post up there that, I've got a new man crush, and that is Grant Cardone. I'm reading the 10X, I think it's called the 10X rule right now. And really it's just about 10Xing in life and business. And Grant is a straight shooter for sure. And some of the stuff he says, I just think to myself, man, I'm so glad this guy is just speaking the truth. And I appreciate it so much. It's the way I like to communicate. And for that reason, some of you might get uncomfortable, but you're gonna hear from me in a very authentic voice here, because I want to touch some of you and help some of you take things to the next level where you haven't, right? And I get it. We all have a next level, right? I have a next level in my business right now I want to go to. I remember what it was like when I had no business at all, right? And the next level was to start creating an income. And, so kind of that next level, it never goes away if we're super driven. It never goes away if we want to keep improving. And, I want to speak to you in to a problem I see in the marketplace, a misunderstanding and an expectation that is way, way, way askew. And if you have it, it's got to change if you want to get the results that, you say you want, right? And so, first things first, if something in your life is going to change, there's something that we have to understand, right? If something in your life is going to change, one of two things have to change, right? Your beliefs, right? And that can be your thoughts, right? Your thought patterns, the things you think about, what you focus on, okay? And your actions, what you do. Right? You literally can't make change without changing beliefs and actions. If you're trying to get something new into your life and you're hanging on to the same exact activities and the same exact belief structure, you're just not going to get what you want. Plain and simple. Okay, interesting story. I said last night, I was having dinner with my mom and my nieces and my brother, and I've started exercising at a level that I've never exercised before in my life. And it's because I want to, it's because I want to get fit. I want to be healthy. I want to have higher energy. I want to live longer. I'm just a person who's hungry to grow. Okay. And that's not a right now thing. That is a switch that has flipped. And I make sure to keep that switch flipped. Right? I get satisfaction out of growth. I make sure to reward myself and spend time in, being excited about, progress. And of course there's setbacks, but, I told my brother, I said, in a few months I'll have a six pack, right? And he said to me, Justice, he's like, jokingly, of course he said it, but he said, people like us don't have six packs, right? Now I want you to think about that. People like us don't have six packs. So, that goes back to the fact that me and my brother were big party animals. I was a heavy drinker, heavy smoker. We didn't exercise. We lived a certain lifestyle. We ate terribly. And, the idea that that's who I am because that's the way I behaved, right? That might have been in line with my thoughts, beliefs, and actions at the time, but it's not in line with that anymore. That doesn't define who I am now. Okay, that's a litmus test. I can make that the reason why I want to go out and do better. Right? So, I just want to put that kind of in perspective, that if I sat there and thought to myself, and my belief was, that people like me, don't get fit just because that's the way I am, right? That's so debilitating, and there's nothing I could do, right, to move around that until I change that. Does that make sense? Until I changed the way I was thinking, until I changed the way I saw myself and the potential for myself and the possibilities for myself. So, today, when I'm listening to Grant Cardone's book, he talked about I believe he called them the 4 phases of action. And that's what I want to talk to you about here today, because I see in our industry something that it irks me. I feel for people. I don't know what the emotion is that it evokes in me, but it gets to me. So if you've got, success over here, right? And this is for you, I don't know what it is. Could be rank advancement, could be a six-figure income, could be quitting your job, could be, a living a life of freedom, could be being a millionaire, could be having a better relationship. Doesn't matter, right? Whatever that achievement is. And again, this is a moving line, right? This keeps moving. You hit that checkpoint and there's something more that you want, and that's okay, right? That's what keeps us moving. That's awesome. And, a lot of people don't know really what this is for them. See, a lot of people, they just understand that they're feeling pain where they're at, that they don't like where they're at, but they don't really know where they want to go. The life that they say they want really isn't in their scope, right? They don't know what it would feel like, what it would look like, what it would be like. They actually probably think that they're not the type of person that lives a life like that, right? Or that it's bad to want these things. I did a different blog post on that, on finding, what motivates you. And I'll leave a link in this post because it's really, really powerful. And it's important, if you find yourself unmotivated or procrastinating or things like that, it's very important that you go watch that blog post. But bottom line is, everybody at least is telling themselves or saying, every prospect I ever talked to is telling me what they want. What is their version of success? What does that look like? And what Grant Cardone talks about is the 4 phases of action. Let's just break this up into 4 spots, right? And one is no action, right? One is retreat. The third is average action. And the fourth is massive action. And obviously, I think where most people stand on this spectrum. They stand in, right in here, right? They stand somewhere between no action, retreat, or average action. And I see it so much. Whether you're building an MLM, whether you're building an affiliate marketing deal, whether you're trying to grow an online brand, okay, people, they're in a place where they go, hey, I want something new, right? And they go up to average action, and maybe they're doing a video, twice a week, or maybe they're talking to a person a day, one person for their network marketing, or they're doing 2 videos a week. And they do it for a little bit. They don't get the results they're looking for. They get discouraged. Someone knocks them down. Someone tells them, they're doing it wrong or they're doing the wrong thing. Self-doubt creeps in, whatever. And then they go into retreat, right? And then a lot of times retreat leaves them back here at no action. How many times, I can't even tell you how many times I speak to someone who says, well, this happened, or this is why, right? This is my excuse, but now I'm ready again. I'm back on the horse. I'm going again. And we all get knocked down, okay? There's nothing wrong with picking yourself up and getting back on the horse, but we don't get knocked down for weeks and months. Not if we really want something. Not if we're really being real with ourselves about what it's going to take to get it. My buddy Adam and I, we do challenges. And at the end of every challenge, the group is a fraction of what it was when they started. And when the next challenge comes along, there's a bunch of people come our way and go, I was in your last challenge and this is what happened. I didn't do it, I didn't commit, but I saw what happened to the people who did, and this time, right? So it's just a constant thing of no action to average action, to retreat, right? Back to no action. And what Grant says, which I think is really powerful, is that when he talks about the 10x rule, 10 timesing, the amount of action you're going to take, but also 10 timesing the expectations of what action it's going to take to have what you want. See, he says, and I love this, is that everyone always underestimates the amount of action it's going to take. And I can't stress enough this word, action, because this is what's missing. It's what's missing for so many people. Okay, it's what's missing for so many people. Here is what I see constantly. Oh, and let me grab that here. Here's what I see constantly. I see, and I have said this on calls before, that for some reason, a great deal of people, and this is a level of delusion, a great deal of people want the best possible results with the least amount of personal change. People hate change. They don't want to disrupt anything. They don't want to stretch. They don't want to face their fear. They don't want to move outside their comfort zone. They don't want to do anything outside of what they want to do, but they want the best possible results somehow in there. Now, okay, even though we've all had a moment where we've thought like that, that hopefully that's not realistic. And see, what happens is we've got massive action over here, right? This is the big divide. What happens is people go out there and they get another tool. They get on another training. They get another system. Maybe they join another company. And the list goes on and on and on, right? And every time they do, there is this idea that this is going to bring this over to this side of the equation, right? I mean, that's what it is. Because, and there's nothing wrong with tools, training, systems, great companies. I mean, we all, I'm investing in myself all the time. You should be investing in yourself. But those that quote unquote suffer from shiny object syndrome, right? That is people who think the tool, the training, the system, or the company is going to bring what they want, over that bridge and to them. That they're not going to have to go out there and take massive action. And it is the furthest thing from the truth. I remember when I was getting started and I was doing, videos just like this on this whiteboard. And I was waiting tables, and I just remember I was so hungry. Ray Higdon did a video this morning where he was talking about, like he'd eat his like with his teeth, climb a mountain with his teeth. That's how hungry he was. Where's the hunger? Well, you got to know. And again, I'll leave the other video. I'll leave a link below this on my blog. You got to be hungry for this, right? This has got to make you so hungry. It's got to consume you. Okay. And, I remember when I was cutting these videos and getting my waiter gear on and running in here and doing videos and trying to get them onto my computer while I was getting dressed for work and, almost like working up a sweat. I was working so hard to like get it all fit in the day. And then I'd get to work and I'd be sitting there in my shift meeting, kind of like antsy, hoping that I could get cut because I had work to do. And all I wanted to do was get home and do work. I mean, I wanted to. I was hungry for it. I wanted to do nothing more than take all this massive action, right? And, I mean, obviously, eventually the floodgates open and you got to move forward with a level of faith. But it was all that could consume me. My people would come to me after work, hey, you want to come out and grab a beer? This would be at like midnight, and they just wanted to unwind, take 5-10 minutes and just relax after a long shift. And I'd be like, no, I got to get home. I got to finish this. I got to get to bed early so I can get up early so I can do this, right? And, I look in these challenges that we do. I look at, people that come to me that say, hey, this is what I want. I want X, right? And they say this, and their activity, I mean, literally, their vision board, what they say they want, the lip service they're giving themselves, is like writing a check that their activity and their belief structure just can't cash. Okay, and that's a little bit tough, but it's the truth. And if some of you are thinking to yourself, well, Justice, you don't understand. Justice, this is this, but I don't understand this, or but this is my problem, or but life is like this, or but my job is like this. I can't force you to take responsibility. I can't come through the camera and force you to take responsibility for your life. But you're going to have to, right? You're going to have to. I mean, I remember the day sitting in my car where I said, enough is enough. This is on me. 32 years, I'm here. I've got to change it. I'm here because of the choices I made. This is on me. So I don't care what kind of business you're building. You could be building traditional MLM, whether you're trying to build something online. It doesn't matter. It's very likely that if you're honest with yourself, you know what the actions are, okay? You know what the average actions are, and you may not even be doing those. Maybe you are. Okay, you know what the average actions are, but what I love what Grant says is when you participate in the average actions and everything's going according to plan, okay, everything feels a-okay, but the moment circumstances change, the marketplace changes, something in life hits you, because you're not in massive action, it's you don't have enough stability in what you're doing, what you're creating to withstand that, right? And you end up in retreat and going back here. And so I don't care what business you're in. If you're an MLM, what do you got to do? You got to put more people on your presentation. Plain and simple. If you're an internet marketer and you want to grow your business online, you got to create more content. You got to advertise more. It's, in our challenge, we break down the activities down to just the bare basics. Exposures, follow-up, content. It's like go, go, go. And yet there are people in there that have been at this for a long time, that are doing average activity, week in and week out, average activity, week in and week out, week in and week out, waiting for the floodgates to open, waiting for the answers to come, waiting for the abundance to come into their life. It's not going to happen. This is what attracts it into your life. Money favors speed. It favors action. It favors activity. Okay? It favors you moving forward in an unwilling to step aside way. I mean, you just got to get out there and you have to run through a wall. And I'm going to tell you, if you've bought a tool or you've bought a training or you've bought a system or you've joined a new company, if you've gone out there and gotten these things as the solution and you have not produced a bigger result because of one of these things. I mean, imagine how many people buy a training and then never get a result based on what they learned in that training. Have you ever done that? If so, do you see that there's a major problem with that? That there is information inside that training that could have produced you a result? And the only thing that's missing is that you're staying on this side of the spectrum? It's the only thing that's missing. You're waiting. You're relying on these things to bring this to you. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Go out there and get it. Guys, if you found this helpful, if you have something you want to add, I want your feedback. Go on down, leave a comment below. Feel free to share this. I'm a little fired up. If you're fired up, go ahead, share it with anybody who you think might need to hear this. And I can't wait to see you on the next video. Talk to you very soon. Hey there, Justice Egan here, and thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and got loads of value out of it. If you did and you want to see other videos like it, make sure to go up there and subscribe to my channel. You'll get notifications when I put new videos up, and I put them up all the time. And if you're in the home business space, MLM, network marketing, affiliate marketing, and you want more leads and sales for your business using the internet, head on over to justiceegan.com. You can grab my latest course, Online Recruiting Mastery, where I'm going to show you exactly how I generated over 30,000 leads online and recruited more than 1,000 people into my business. So go on over, grab that free training. I'll be talking to you very soon.